I'm live. I am live. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm live here in YouTube and in TikTok land, and I'm going to be sharing with you how to make $300 to $900 a day from the comfort of your phone, from the comfort of your home, on your phone, working only 2 hours a day. It's a bold statement, but I'm going to break it down for you step by step exactly how I'm able to do this and how you can do this. Because you do not need a degree, you do not need experience, you do not need tech skills, you do not need a huge following. You do not need to even create your own product with this. All you need to do is be open to following a simple blueprint, literally step by step, copy, paste, post blueprint. If you're open to learning that skill, you will be able to make $300 to $900 a day. That's how much I am able to make from this program. If you have meeting me for the first time, go to my if you're on TikTok, obviously, tap on my name twice. You can go to my profile. You will see where I share the income that I'm making. Now, I don't do too many income claims, but I do share that because I want you to see that it is legit, it is real. I'm doing it as a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 kids, and I'll share a little bit about myself as we jump into why I made a decision to promote this digital product and how it's helped me in my family. It's helped thousands of others, not just myself, thousands of others be able to make life-changing income, to be able to make extra income, to buy their dream homes and their dream cars, to be able to retire their spouses. Yes, retire their spouses, to be able to they themselves quit their 9 to 5 that was draining them, to be able to spend more time with their families, to book vacations, to do all the things that we all know and truly believe will help us to create an abundant life. Okay, so I'm going to break it all down for you, share exactly how it goes. If you're joining me live, please say hello in the comment section, drop that below. If you have any questions as I'm going through this, I want this to be interactive. Ask your questions. My goal is to answer those questions, of course, as I go through it and give you clarity around what this is about so you can know if this is something that you're interested in being a part of or learning more about, okay? This is a legitimate business, by the way, guys. You or side hustle, depending on where you're at, right? If you're in a 9 to 5, maybe it's your side hustle until it becomes your main hustle. If you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe this becomes your main thing and you focus on it until you build yourself up to 5-figure months. It really just depends on whatever your goals are. This program will help you achieve it. If you're someone who's willing to step into something different and who's willing to learn, you'll be able to earn. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna twist this a little bit this way so you guys can look at me. All right, like I said, I'm on TikTok here and there. Before I jump into it, really quickly, my name is Oninia Nike. If we're meeting for the first time, I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 3, with another one on the way, and I am from New York. So if you're any New Yorkers in here, say hello. If they're but I live now in Phoenix, Arizona. It is really, really hot here. If any of you are from Arizona, also say hello. If you reside in Arizona, say hello. Let me know in the chat, where are you tuning in from? Where are you tuning in from? Like I said, I'm a New Yorker, but we live in Arizona right now. Okay. Um, and it is like 11 o'clock our time, 11:30ish. So what I'm sharing, like I said, is how you can make $300 to $900 a day working just 2 hours from your phone. My quick story about why I decided to do this is because I left my 9 to 5 in higher education last year. Not last year, sorry, in 2019. And I left it because I found out I was pregnant with my son, my second child, because I do have an older daughter. And I decided it was time to leave the workforce, and I wanted to raise my kid because I didn't want to leave him in daycare. My maternity leave was only about 8 to 12 weeks. I had 8 weeks paid, and then I had to go on, like the medical, like disability, whatever, for another 8 weeks, because he had some medical stuff going on, and I was able to get, some extra leave time to take care of him because of that. But I recognized once that was done, like, I did not want to go back to work. Like, I really, truly, my heart broke when I had to come back into work and drop this little tiny human who knew only me for the first like 4 to 5 months of his life in daycare with complete strangers who, of course, are doing the best they can, but are juggling this newborn child and everything else that goes with that. And plus my half my paycheck was going to daycare. Like I literally would look at my paycheck for the month, and half of that had to go to daycare for both of my kids. I had my daughter was in daycare because she was only 3.5 at the time. And at 3.5, she can't go to school, traditional school, right? She's not, of age to go into kindergarten yet. So I was literally paying almost mostly half of my paycheck was going to daycare for both my son and my daughter. It just didn't make sense. Pay to have someone else take care of your kids, to you barely seeing your kids, because by the time I got home, it was like by the time I picked them up from work and got home, it was already like 6:30ish. And by that time it was dinner, bath, sleep. Like that was it. Monday through Friday, right? And the weekends, we could do stuff, and that was nice and all, but it just wasn't the life I wanted to live anymore. So I made a decision to um leave my job, and it was a difficult decision. I like the work that I do, by the way. It wasn't like terrible. I actually love the work I do in higher education, but I love more being a present mom, being able to spend this very precious, important moments with my kids. So when I did that, I decided to start my own business. Was able to do that. Went online in 2020 because we know what happened during that time, right? um, we were all kind of forced online, and so I had to learn some new skills because I've never done business online, but I was willing to learn because I knew that at the end of the day I didn't want to go back to a job. I didn't want to have to put my kids back in daycare, so I had to learn the skills, right, in order to be able to provide income and earn at from my phone online while also taking care of my kids. And I was able to be pretty successful with that to an extent. But I found out that at the end of the day, I was trading now more time for money, right? In order to make up for the fact that I was no longer working a 9 to 5, I was working almost 24/7, because now when you're trying to run your own business from home, it's just so many things that fall on you. There isn't a boss, there isn't all these aspects. You have to do all of that. And that can be really, really, really complicated and stressful, especially when you have two young children. And for me, it became like I traded one thing for another, and I sacrificed again the most important thing, which is my kids. I left my 9 to 5 so I could be present for my kids, so I could take them wherever I wanted to take them, whenever and however, so I could make good income. That was my goal. And somehow that started to take a back seat. So in 2024, we had my mother-in-law came live with us and had a medical emergency, and some really intense medical situation that required a lot of doctor's visits, hospital visits, tests. So, of course, if you're in the United States, even with great insurance, the bills can rack up. And that's what ended up happening, just because of that. So, I needed to make extra income, but I was not willing to miss out on time with my kids, because I was already going to doctor's appointments and hospital appointments and tests for my mother-in-law. So my time was already cut because of that. Then I'm of course taking care of, at this point, three, because I had my youngest, my baby. She was only like a year old at the time. So it was like, what am I gonna do? I don't can't get another job. I can't go get another job. I can't take on more clients for my business. My schedule's already so packed. What can I do? What can I do that's gonna allow me to be able to make good income, right? Enough to pay these bills, these medical bills, support our family, help my husband with that, and still not have to feel like I'm drained because I'm doing so much. And that's when I found a digital marketing, guys, and specifically a done for you digital program that required only 2 hours of my time. That's it. 2 hours of my time. Okay. Y'all, a digital program that only required 2 hours of my time. No, I'm not making this up. It required 2 hours of my time, and it did not require me to create anything. That blew my mind. At first, I was very skeptical about it, like most people. It felt too good to be true. It felt like a SCAM. It just didn't feel aligned in the moment, because that wasn't my understanding of business. Let's just put it that way. Because I had built a business in a very different way. I had different mentors and coaches who taught me that business needs to look and seem and feel a certain way. And I realized this can't be, this is too simple. That's literally the way my brain went. My brain went, there is no way I can make anywhere from 3 to 900 working only 2 hours, and I don't have to create it. I don't have to deal with customer service. It's like it didn't make sense to me that this was possible. So of course I saw it, but I hesitated and I kind of stepped away from it. But it kept showing up. I kept seeing this mom, show up online, and especially on Instagram, because that's where I was seeing this. A lot of it was on Instagram. I was seeing all these moms and dads and people who didn't have any background or degree in business or marketing or sales, none of it, no experience, nothing, who were just making thousands of dollars online. And I was like, okay, there's something here, right? I cannot just not be a part of this, or I cannot just not at least learn, research this a little bit better, really dive deep and understand like what's going on. Okay. So when all the situation was happening personally for me and my family, I was like, you know what? Let me give it a try, right? It can't hurt to at least, do some research, check it out. So I did. I asked some questions of these people who I saw were making this, especially one was a mom. And I was like, hey, so can you tell me more about this? What is this program? Like, I just didn't get it. And she's like, oh, yeah, we have an automated business, like runs for us in the background. We only work about 2 to 3 hours a day. You can make anywhere from this to this. You don't even have to create the products. And honestly, like I said, my mind was blown. This was so different from what I knew. So I jumped in. I bought my first digital product. At the time, the highest amount was 600, and I'm a go-getter. If I'm going to go all in, I'm going to go all in because I trust myself. I believe in myself, and I'm a very big believer that the best investment you can make is in yourself. So I invested. And literally, guys, within 5 days of having everything set up, because they set up your automations for you and their website, you don't have to do any of that, y'all. You don't have to create the product. Guys, creating a product is a lot of work. As someone who's done it, I've created courses, programs, masterminds. It's a lot of effort and energy, and you have to test it. You have to do market research. You have to make sure it works. I didn't have to do any of that. That was one less headache to worry about. I didn't have to worry about dealing with customers or clients because the program takes care of that. They take care of your customers. They take care of them and make sure that they get what they need. I didn't have to worry about a website. The website was completely done for you, created for you. Okay? All I needed to do was set it up, plug it in. Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Just plug it in, set it up, and then go from there. Okay? I was like, okay, I'm in. Y'all, within 5 days of getting started, I made my first 600. By the way, I was on a payment plan. I put it on a payment plan because I didn't trust it. I'll be 100 honest with you. I was like, I don't know. This doesn't seem, I'm not sure. It's still too good to be true. I'll give you 100%. And I was like, you know what? Let me put on a payment plan because I have other more important things that need to get taken care of, right? So I put on a payment plan, and within my first 5 days, I made 600. And then the second day, I made another 600, y'all. Okay? And that's just kind of how it started. 600. So I was already in profit mode by day 2 because that first 600 covered the amount that I already paid. Okay? So by my second 600, I was now in profit mode. That's it. Within 7 days, I was already in profit mode at $600 first starting off. And then I just learned some more and built upon that and grew that momentum. Okay? That was it. Learned more, built it, started to put in some momentum. And this is and I learned so much from this program. Like, it's opened my eyes to so many other possibilities and opportunities beyond what I thought I knew. Okay. It showed me a different way of doing business because I had one way of doing business because that's all I knew. But it showed me a different way of doing business that allows someone like me, who's a busy mom of 3, to be able to make income, good income too. I'm not talking about pennies, $20 here, $10 here. No, not stuff that you're just like, that's nice, but money that can actually really be helpful for maintaining and running a household, working only 2 to 3 hours a day from the comfort of my home. I'm home, guys. This is not a studio or anything like that. I'm in my house. Okay. And working only 2 hours. And I will share with you what those 2 hours entail so that if you want to learn, be a part of this, you understand what the 2 hours entail. This is meant to support and help busy parents, busy humans, whether you have a 9 to 5 and you're trying to get out of your 9 to 5, or if you want to just bring supplementary income, whatever your goal is, it's designed to make it friendly for your busy life because life is busy. We have things on our plate. Okay. So I'm going to break down exactly what this is. If you're asking questions, those of you in the comments, so that you have an idea. Okay. So first and foremost, ooh, my thing's this way. All right, I'm going to show with you guys here. It's here. Okay. What I promote is a digital marketing program. Now, why digital marketing program? Because this program is going to teach you how to be able to monetize social media. Let me repeat that. It's going to teach you how to basically make money utilizing social media. Whether you're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, it doesn't matter. Pinterest, instead of scrolling, it's going to show you how you, it doesn't matter what your background is. That's the beauty of this program. There's no barriers. You don't have to have a degree in this. You don't have to have experience with this. If you can learn, meaning you can go watch videos and come on calls and learn and follow simple steps, copy and paste and post, you will be able to earn income online. Okay. That's just how it works. We have thousands of results and thousands of reviews from people who have been successful following this. Okay, so all you need to do is you need to know how to understand how to do that. A digital marketing program is teaching you how to earn online. The reason why this program is the one of the best and made so much millions is because everyone is looking for a way to earn income online, right? Ever since like the explosion of like the internet, especially in the last since 2020, let's be honest, when everyone had to be online, right? Because we were all locked down, people wanted to find ways to bring in extra income. We were all looking for ways to bring in extra income because we saw what was possible, whether it was through being a YouTube influencer or whatever. You saw that this was a possibility. So people who saw this started looking for, how can I find an in? What can I find to do that, again, aligns with my business, with my goals, my job, my life, whatever. And this is one of those products that answers that question, that solves that problem. The problem is simple. We live in an economy right now where groceries are sky high, right? Eggs the other day, I was like, oh my goodness. Gas high, sky high. If you have a medical condition, even with insurance, I mean, let's be real, it's crazy. It's expensive. Maybe you will have goals of things you want to buy and things you want to do for your kids or your family. That costs money. That's the reality of the world we live in. If you want to be able to do anything, you have to have money, right? You have to. That's not up for debate. And so we living in the world understand that we need extra income to be able to do the things we want to do, to provide for our families and take care of the things we need to take care of. This program is a solution to that problem. You need extra income, more money, or maybe you want to leave your 9 to 5 so you can be home with your family and kids like me. Guess what? Solution is this digital marketing program, because it's going to show you various ways, not just one way, many, many ways to be able to make income online. And I'm not talking pennies, because there's a lot of ways to make income online, guys. You can Google it. But some of those ways require a lot of time, a lot of energy, and you're getting pennies, okay? You're literally making $1 here, $5 here, and they're telling you, oh, it's not worth your time, when there's actual ways that you can make up to 900, guys. 900. How would that change your life? How would that support your goals? I'm going to show you how, okay? I'm going to show you how. So the beauty of this product, and there's 4 of them, okay? Each ranging from anywhere from 100 to 900. And if you decide to invest in the highest program, which again helps you learn these skills, you have 4 streams of income. That's 4 different ways that you can pay your bills. Do you have monthly bills? If you have monthly bills, say I have monthly bills in the comments. I know I do. There's gas, there's water, there's electricity. We have bills. We all have bills. You want something that's going to help you cover that, right? So that's one thing you have to worry about. Let's worry about in your mind. Maybe you have, some debt you want to clear, loans you want to get rid of. Maybe you have a goal to go on vacation for once in a while. Maybe it wasn't a reality because you're like, we ain't got time nor money. Guess what? That can be possible for you too. So this in-demand product is a digital marketing course. It's like it's like a college degree. Okay, so let me explain this. There's no monthly expenses. You pay one-time fee of either 100, 300, 600, 900. It really is up to you, whatever makes sense. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go tap on my name right here. If you're on TikTok, if you're in my YouTube, go to my description. There's going to be a website in my bio or in the description Go to that website. It will break down everything for you step by step. I do not gatekeep. I don't, withhold. I am very open and honest about everything in terms of what this takes, what you need to do, how it works, because I want you to be able to make a good decision if it makes sense for you. Okay. So you can go there and see that. Like I said, no small commissions. It's a done for you business in a box. It is proven. I always say this because I want you to understand something. If you were to start a business today, knowing that you could make 6 figures and 7 figures in the future, would you go and start a business completely from scratch off of your own thought process? Maybe I'll start this business, start business. Or would you go and find a business that is proven to work, meaning it has receipts, my friend? Proven receipts, meaning you don't need to think about will it work, will it not, and just copy that. I'll give you an example. You could either open up your own restaurant, and again, nothing wrong with it, hoping, or you can just copy things, chains that have worked. McDonald's works. That's why franchisees make a lot of money. Starbucks, all of these franchisees make a lot of money because they're proven system. The branding is there, the name is there, the expectation around what you're going to get when you order from them is there. Excuse me. So there's no thought about, oh, will it work or not? That's the same thing with this program. It's just that it's online. Okay. It's an online business, so you don't have to have a physical store, which is a lot of overhead. It's very costly to have a physical business. My husband has a physical business. Trust me, it's crazy how much money he spends on the maintenance of that business. I don't have a physical business because I know like it's not for me, nor do I want any bit. I want nothing to do with that. An online business has very little overhead. You pay one time and that's it. Okay. But if you're going to follow a model, whether it be online or offline, it's going to be a franchisee model because you don't have to do the hard work. You don't have to go and try to figure out, will this make me money? You go and take something that's already working and you just do that. You copy it. That's what smart people do. I'm just telling you right now. That's just the smart way to make money quickly without having to go through a lot of the trials and errors that having to start from scratch requires. That is the beauty of this program. It's made over 24 mil in the last 10 months. Okay? So we know it works. I know it works. I've made well over 70K already from this program. From everything I've learned from it, from reselling everything. Okay? Like I said, it's not a physical business, so there's no inventory, there's no shipping. It's all digital. And if you don't know what a digital product is, think about, like apps. If you've ever downloaded an app, that's a digital product because you don't have to have it physical, right? You just go to the app store, you download the app, it goes directly to your computer. Think about music. If you've ever streamed music, music is a digital product. You're only streaming it. Games, video games, all of it. Those are all digital stuff. E-guides, books, templates, all of these things can be digital. This is a course, digital. That's the beauty of it because you're not limited by a location. If you can download it on your phone, you can go anywhere and you can sell it and promote it to anybody. Okay? It's a digital product, my friends, okay? Like I said, it's made actually 29 mil in 10 months. Y'all, if you could let me know if you could like literally just copy and paste a proven business model that has made over 29 mil in 10 months, and all you have to do is just copy, paste, post, and work 2 hours a day like I do. Would you want to do that? Would you be open to that? I know I was. Once I saw it, I was like, what? Sign me up. Because I'm busy. I'm a mom. I have 3 small kids. I don't have time to like figure this out from scratch. Okay. All right. It's a rejection-free business. I'm going to explain what that means, especially if you've been in business. We don't chase people. I don't bother friends and family. I don't cold message people. I don't get on sales calls. I don't do any of that. My business is literally running for me 24/7 and bringing people to me because all I'm doing is creating content. That's it. And you don't have to be a content genius. You don't have to be good at content, my friend. We show you exactly what to post. Y'all, you could copy my content. Obviously add a little flavor to your story to it, of course. But you literally copy, paste, post, and that is it. And then if you desire, you can go live like I'm going live. I go live mostly every day, not every day. You don't have to go live, by the way, if you don't want to. I just like going live because I love interacting and talking to people. But you go live if you want to. All you have to do is create content. 2 to 3 pieces of content a day. That's it. short form content too. You're not talking about a long video or anything like that. You're talking, or you're doing B-roll, which is text on screen. If you've ever seen that, for tops 30 to 60 seconds. And by the way, if you don't want to, you don't have to show your face. If you are an introvert, or maybe you have a job and you don't want your boss and your colleagues or friends or whatever to know that you're doing this, guys, create a whole new social media profile. That's what I did when I first started. Create a whole new social media profile, block anybody, and then just go faceless. Use stock photos, stock pictures. You can cover your face if you want to. We have people going faceless. You don't know who they are because they don't want their bosses to know that they're doing this. There's so many opportunities with this. Cover your face. Don't show your face. Hide it if you don't want to, because you don't need to worry about that. All you're doing is creating content, and what we're using is called attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is very simple. You create content that speaks to the people who are looking for the solution. Remember, I told you the problem is? I speak to people who want to leave their 9-to-5 jobs. I speak to people who want to create supplementary or extra income from home. That's the problem that's the problem they have. They're like, I want to leave my 9-to-5, but I don't want to, not have money coming in. I'm like, cool. Or I'm stay at home, but how do I create extra income without sacrificing being home with my kids or my family, all the things I want to do? Cool. That's the problem. The solution is this digital marketing program, because it's going to allow you to make 300 to 900 only working 2 hours. So you don't need to spend all day doing this. Okay? Just 2 to 3 hours a day. You copy, paste, post, and you make income. And then you have an automated machine website that's actually working for you in the background to make sales. That's it. That's how simple this can be. Okay, guys? Let's talk about that automated business. It's a website and funnel. So if you're new to all of this, you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Most companies have websites, right? If you're going to go to Home Depot, they got a website. If you're going to McDonald's, everybody has a website. Why? Because that website is what explains to you and shows you what the business is about. And when people want to purchase, they can purchase from it. Even on the app now, people are using apps, right? This program has a pre-built website that you don't have to create. Guys, a website designer who codes and does all the things and designs your website, that can cost $3,000 plus. I know, because I've looked into it. I've had it done for my old business. $3,000 just to create you a website that's actually functional, works, and it will actually bring the right people. You don't have to do any of that. This program, you get the website built for you, done for you. And this is a very, very professional, really done website. And that website, they give you emails. 30 emails come with that website as well. Those emails are already done for you. All you have to do, switch it out so you have your name and then your link, right? Which is your bank link, so that you can get paid, right? At the end of the day, we're here because we want to get paid. That's it. So you get the website that brings that people can come put in their name and their email on that website. Once they put their name and their email, let me see if I can show you what that website looks like so you guys can have an idea. Because I have my own. If you go to, like I said, tap on my name, go to the website that you see on my page. Or if you're in on YouTube, you can go to the link in my bio. I have a website. People come to that website, my friends, and they go, oh, I'm curious. I want this free, because I give a free training and a free guide that breaks down everything step by step. I don't hide or anything like that. I show you exactly what to do. They come to that website, they put in their name and their email. Once they put in their name and their email, they get an email from me that breaks down that gives them the guide and the free training, right? You got emails from companies and stuff like that, right? That you check. You get the free thing, you read it, you watch it, and then you'll have a handful of people who will then go to the sales page, who will read about it and go, oh, I like this. I want this. And then they purchase, right? You've all gone online and purchased. You've probably gone to Amazon, you see things that you want, you put it in your cart and you purchase. You don't have to have an interaction with somebody. You don't have to speak to the person. Guys, I've bought like 1,000 plus worth of stuff from Amazon. I didn't talk to the owner of the thing that I bought, like my desk. I bought like this chair, all these things. I just went and bought it online on Amazon, and it was sent to me. It's the same method. It's the same mentality, guys. People are going to go to my website, put it in their email, they're going to read and learn a little bit more. Then they're going to go and they're going to say, hey, I like this product. I like this. This is going to solve my problem. Cool. Let me purchase. And once they purchase, I get paid and they get the product. Right? That's how a transaction works. That's literally how simple it is. Guys, this is a website, okay? Guys, if you're on here, that's it. This is a website, guys. This is it. This is where people put their name and their email. I give them a little information about other people who are successful with this, tell my story, but that's it. That's it. I send people there, people who are ready. They decide to invest and they move forward. Sorry, my thing just stopped. Okay, that's it. Like I said, they have a website and a email. You do not, by the way, have to be tech savvy too. If your concern is, but I'm not tech savvy, none of this requires you to have, advanced knowledge in websites and technology. Literally, it's done for you. All you do is plug and play. You put in your name, a picture of yourself so people know it's you, or you can, again, you don't have to show your face. You can cover it and just tell your little story. And then your bank information, right? You're going to put a little link somehow so people can pay you. You want to get paid. The whole purpose of this is so that you can make income online. That is the only steps left. And that's it. Now, it's a global business, okay? Like I said, because it's digital, we have people from everywhere in the world, which means that you also can have customers from everywhere in the world. Once you invest, here's what's going to happen. You now can promote this product to anybody anywhere. I have customers who are from South Africa. I have customers from New Zealand. I have customers. I have one from Australia. I have one from Jamaica. I have one from Canada. I have several from the United States because that's where I reside. Right? Do you understand? There's no boundary for my business. It's not like a local business where you can only serve, right, the area in which you are located. The beauty of this business as a digital business is I have customers from all over the world, and you can have customers from all over the world. So your income isn't capped, right? Your income isn't capped because you're not working for a boss where like you only can make a certain amount, right? Or you're only allowed this amount. No, I don't have a boss. I am my own boss. If people from like Jamaica want to pay me, they're gonna pay me. If people from Canada want to pay me, they're gonna pay me. Like I don't have a limit on how much I can make a day, because as long as people who want this and want to have this same result, the ability to make income from home online, uncapped, of course, who wouldn't want that, right? So I'm not capped. So if you decide to invest, you're not capped. You're gonna have customers from all over the world. I have customers from all over the world, okay? My customers are not just in the United States, even though that's where I reside. Like I said, Australia, New Zealand, I have one from Canada, Jamaica, South Africa, Nigeria. I have another one, she's from some part, Ireland, right? Like literally, guys, all over the world. So that's the beauty of this business, okay? You earn and learn. Like I said, Forbes has projected that digital marketing will be worth 1.5 trillion by 2030. So this is a skill that Forbes, if you don't know, is a business journal. They're predominantly, they're known for this. They're experts in this, are telling you that there's a skill, which is digital marketing, that's going to be projected to be 1.5 trillion by 2030. So it's saying you have the opportunity to be a part of this, rise, this increase in wealth. Point by point, that's what it is, increase in wealth. If you want to be part of that increase in wealth, then you have to obviously learn the skill, which is not hard, by the way, guys. This is not a hard skill to learn. But the beauty of this program is you get to earn and learn. So what I mean by that is, in learning this skill, which you forever will retain in your brain, is something someone can't take from you, okay? It's not physical. If you get a nice house or a nice car or nice clothes, they're nice, but they are not things that you can hold on to, right? They depreciate, they can get lost, they can get damaged, right? All these things can happen, except for the house, hopefully not, right? But with the knowledge you've learned, you can always replicate that, especially because we know that the digital world isn't getting smaller, it's only getting bigger. Everything is becoming digital. Our payments are right. Most people make their payments online. right? We're not using physical cash. You're not going to the store or wherever you used to pay your bills and pay anymore. Everything is becoming digital. So this is not something that's going to go away anytime soon. It's only going to become bigger and bigger and bigger. So you want to utilize and capitalize on this growth by having a skill that's going to allow you to make money. Because I'm telling you right now, you're looking around, there's a lot of people who are going to create a lot of wealth in the next 5 to 10 years because they're going to understand that this is an important skill and they're going to prioritize it and they're going to get on it. Do not be left behind. I'm telling you right now, don't get left behind because you can learn this and you can also pass this down to your children, right? If you have kids, because I have kids, that's why I'm learning this skill and I'm patient with myself because at the end of the day, I got kids that I can now teach a skill that I know is going to support and help them thrive as they become adults. Because, like I said, the digital space is not getting smaller, it's only getting bigger. Everything is becoming digital, right? Our money system is almost becoming digital right now. We know that. So, why not learn how to make yourself, to put yourself and your family in a place, in a position to capitalize on that and to be successful with that so that you are not left behind, so that you can make income from it, so you can actually use it to create the life that you want for yourself and your family. Okay. So the skills that you would be learning is how to monetize social media, like I said, make money on social, how to brand yourself, email marketing, affiliate marketing, creating and launching your own digital products. So maybe you have a passion in gardening. How can you monetize that? A passion in traveling. How can you monetize that? Maybe you're really big about homeschooling. How can you monetize that? You can monetize anything because there's always a section or niche or group of people who are looking for that thing, right? Who have a problem that you can solve. But you have to understand how to be able to do that. That's not something you can just wake up and be like, you can't Google this or YouTube it. I promise you. This is stuff that you actually have to put into practice. You actually have to learn it and then practice it and have feedback from someone who can make sure that you're doing it the right way. That's what this gives you, okay? Now let's jump into the simple 2-hour workday, right? Because I told you I can show you how to make 300 to 900 working 2 hours. So what's this 2-hour workday? So like I said before, you're only posting 2 to 3 pieces of content. They don't have to be these lengthy talkative things. They are simple 30 to 60-second videos where you're just sharing a little bit about the program, or you're sharing your story, or you're educating people about what's possible, right? You're speaking to your ideal customer, meaning is your ideal customer a retiree, someone who's retired, but they don't have enough money to live their retirement because, like I said, everything is skyrocketing, groceries, gas, everything. Maybe you can speak to that person. Maybe that's your story. Maybe your person is a burnt out 9-to-5er, right? Someone who's in a job, it's toxic. They're not happy. They don't want to be there. They're like, what other options do I have? Maybe you can say, hey, you don't have to actually stay in this environment anymore. There is another way. Maybe your person is a college student. So we have 18-year-olds in this program, okay? People who have decided they don't want to go to college. That's not the route for them. They want to start their own business. They want to be entrepreneurs. This is an amazing program for that, to show them how they can capitalize on the digital space, especially like, the generation that right's coming up now. They've grown up on the internet. So they know and they understand the possibilities that are available to them now. They don't have to go the traditional 9-to-5 route. And you can show them that. You can be that student who can show them how to do that. Okay. Maybe it's a mom like me, right? The stay-at-home mom who wants to be able to support her family and be able to make extra income, so she's not having to ask her spouse for permission to, get stuff or, buy stuff or do stuff because, they have a limited budget, right? Maybe like, I don't want to be having to ask somebody for permission because our budget is limited. I want to be able to bring in enough income that I can buy that dress or take that vacation or, get my kids these things because we have plenty. We have plentiful. Okay, maybe you have bills you want to get rid of, debt that's been following you for years that you're just like, I've got to clear this because it's keeping me up at night, always thinking about it. This can help you do that, right? There's so many groups of people who are looking for a way out of their problem, and this is the solution for that problem. Okay, so that's what you're creating your content. You're finding what are the problems that people are dealing with, and how can you create content that speaks to that to let them know that, hey, I have a solution. This product is a solution. So that takes me about 30 minutes to create content, okay? Now, when you're first starting off, of course, you'll be a little, rusty because you've never done it. But once you get really good at it, it really becomes super simple to do. That's 30 minutes. The next 30 minutes or 60, depending on you, can be going live. Again, I like to go live because I see the benefit of going live. I like to connect with people, and really, I love this. Connect with my audience. If people show up live on TikTok or on YouTube, that's great. I have opportunities to answer questions and interact with people. Right? You don't have to go live if you don't want to. You also can cover your face. Like I said, if you're someone who's shy or doesn't want other people to see you, or maybe you have a 9 to 5, again, you don't want people to know what's going on. That's fine. You can cover your face and go live. But that's a great way to make income. And then the last piece, the last 30 minutes, is I just respond to comments, DMs, and emails. So of course, people are going to reach out, right? You're going to get I'm going to get messages from people. I'm going to get comments from people, and people are going to email me with their questions. I spend the last 30 minutes of my day just going through those, just answering questions for people, following up with people if they have, concerns, whatever it may be. So that's the 2 hour workday. 30 minutes here, 60 minutes here, another 30 minutes there. And it doesn't have to be consecutive. So you don't have to do 2 hours. You don't have to sit down for 2 hours straight and do this. You can do this in 30-minute chunks. You can do this in 15-minute chunks, 20-minute chunks. It's really up to you and your schedule. What makes sense, right? You can do a little 30 minutes in the morning before the kids go to school or you have to go to work. You can do 30 minutes during lunchtime, noon, and then you can do 30 minutes in the evening. It really is up to you, whatever makes the most sense. But the beauty of this is we map out for you what to do. So you don't even need to, it's not even like, oh my goodness, what do I do? These 30 minutes, these 2 hour workday is meant to help you create revenue. It's meant to help you make that income that we're talking about. Because this program is setting you up for success. We don't want you to fail. The creator of this program, she's made over 7 mil in the last 2 years with this program. And she's someone who genuinely cares about seeing you succeed. She's a mother, she's a grandmother, and she's made a lot of income from this, and she shares everything. Okay? Which is the beauty of this. She doesn't hold back. She's very transparent so that you see what she did and you just copy it. Remember what I talked about in the beginning? If you have the keys to success, just follow it. If you have a map that literally maps out, do X, Y, and Z, and you'll make this, would you not follow it? Of course, right? So part of this program that you get, the benefits, y'all, you get lifetime access to mentorship to 6 and 7 figure earners. So we have, I think, 105 people have already made 6 figures. And then we have, don't quote me on these numbers because it's been a while, so I've looked into it. I believe there's 15 people who have become millionaires from South Africa, South African rand. They're millionaires. Okay? Just from this program, guys, just from this program. And there's so many others who are making thousands of dollars from this program because they are just following a simple blueprint. And the beauty is they have lifetime access, y'all, to 6 and 7 figure earners. Let me ask you this. If you had the ability to sit in a room with people who made 6 and 7 figures online, and they could show you step by step exactly what they did. So you don't have to guess. You don't have to be like, maybe, maybe not. They literally can say, hey, do this, do this, do this, and you could follow that and make 6, if not 7 figures. Would you not do it? Seriously, though. Would you not want to do that or follow that so you could help yourself? That's the beauty of having a program versus a course. It's not a course, by the way, because a course is just you sitting down and watching videos. There's no, it can be helpful to an extent, but it's not going to create 6 or 7 figures for you. I promise you that. Because you need support, you need mentorship, you need guidance, especially if this is something that you haven't done before. You need someone who can give you feedback and course correct if you're going the wrong way or things aren't working out the way you think. That's the beauty of this, is having mentorship, so you can sit down and say, hey, here's what I'm doing, here are the things I'm struggling with, or here's the things I'm challenged by. And you can have someone who can give you that feedback, because that feedback naturally is going to be what helps you your momentum, helps you gain momentum and help you move quickly to start making a lot really quickly. Okay. But if you're trying to figure it out yourself because you're sitting down and watching free YouTube videos, or you're sitting down and watching a course, I'm telling you right now, when you get stuck, you're going to get stuck and you're going to stay stuck and you're going to get overwhelmed because you don't have someone to help you. The beauty of this program is if I get stuck, I have a mentor who I'm going to reach out to and go, hey, here's what I'm doing. Here's where I'm challenged. Here's where I'm struggling. Can you help me? And he will help me. She will help me. I have so many mentors who are in this program and who will help you if you decide to invest. It's not just, they're for everyone. They take their time. We have 3 calls a week. You can get on a call, ask your questions, get help, get support, get feedback so that anytime you need to be, anything you need help with or support around, someone, you'll get that help. I'll be your mentor. So anyone who invests in me, I mentor them. I help them get to where I've gotten to. Like I said, I've made well over 70K with this program. Okay. I will show you exactly what I'm doing because there's no need to gatekeep. I have customers from all over the world. There is plenty to go around for everybody. Okay. Um, you also have a community of over 54,000 people, so you're not stuck. And the beauty of having a community, y'all, is that when you are doing this naturally, right? It's a different environment than what we are traditionally taught. Right? We're traditionally taught a 9 to 5 is the only way for you to be successful. Go to a job, get a good degree, go to a job, retire at 65. That's the only way you're going to make any money. That's the only way life is. But this business has now changed the way you start to think because you see opportunities. You're like, wait, I don't have to get a 9 to 5 to make 6 figures. I can't even make 6 figures in my 9 to 5. I wasn't making 6 figures in my 9 to 5, y'all. It's only when I started digital marketing going online. There's other ways to make really good income. And the beauty of it is you get to stay home or wherever travel. We have people who travel while they do this business because all you need is Wi-Fi in your phone. We have people who travel all over the world while they're, utilizing their business, making their business happen. Because you don't have to be stuck in a physical location for your business to run or for you to be successful with your business and to make money with your business. So your location freedom is beautiful, right? Right now I'm not going anywhere, but we took a trip a year or two ago to my hometown. Okay, as long as I had Wi-Fi and I had phone, I was able to make income because I'm not stuck by me being in a physical location. With a 9 to 5, you have to be at the job to get paid. You don't show up to work, you're not getting paid, right? This is not that. I only spend 2 to 3 hours on my phone, on my laptop, talking to you guys, creating content, and I get income. Okay? And I have a community of people who understand and on track with that type of mentality and lifestyle. So that's why I say having 54,000 people in a community is incredible because it helps you to see that like you're not alone. There are other people who are also looking to get, I say, out of the box, out of the matrix. They're not limited anymore by the mindset of the only way for me to make income is to get a 9 to 5 and work that 9 to 5 till I retire. I'm 37. I'm going to be 38 at the end of the month. Guys, I'm 37. I don't need to go to another job again, but I'm going to make more money than most people who work a 9 to 5. I'm telling you that not to boast. I'm telling you that because I now have the skill and the knowledge to be able to go online, create content, do lives like this, and walk away most days with $300 to $900. That's not the average American income, by the way. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. But because I invested in myself, because I believe in myself, and because I take action, I'm able to do that. But you can be able to do that too. That's what I want you to know. I'm not saying like I'm not special, guys. English is not my first language. I wasn't even born in this country, y'all. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3. My background, education wise, is I have my degrees in biology because my parents wanted me to be a doctor, by the way. Clearly didn't happen. Okay. I'm not special. I don't have a marketing degree, a business degree, a sales, none of that. I've done none of that. I had to learn these skills through being online and having a mentor and investing in myself. And now I can make more than I've ever made, by the way, at my 9 to 5. I'm making more online, just talking to you people here and putting out content than I've ever made in my 9 to 5. If that is if that's a desire, right? Is what I'm saying hitting? If it is, put in the comments like this makes sense. If this makes sense, put that in the comments. But the difference is you have to get also out of the mentality of what is the norm and tradition. Because for me, that was hard. I grew up in a family very traditional. They were like, you're gonna go to school, you're gonna get a good degree, you're gonna go work a job, go find a good job, and you're gonna retire at 65. Because that's the expectation. And then I found this, and then I found the online space, and I realized that doesn't have to be my story. I'm not capped anymore. I was obviously at a job, you're capped. You can only get paid so much, right? Even if you get a raise, that's still a cap on your income. There's no cap on my income. I decide my hours. I can work today from 10 to 12. I can work tomorrow from 9 to 11. I can work the next day from 5 to 6. I make my hours. No one tells me what hours I can make. I make my hours around my schedule, around my kids. If I don't want to work, I don't even work that day. I just decide, you know what, I'll work the next day. And I still have income coming in because I have an automated machine. Remember, the website and email, that runs for me 24/7 behind the scenes. And this is possible for you too. I want you to just reflect on what is your goal for yourself in 2025. We are almost done with July, right? This is the last week of July. We have August, September, October, November, December. We have 5 more months left of this year. What is your goal for this year? What do you want for yourself for this year? Do you want to keep doing the same things you're doing? Or do you want to try and change that narrative for yourself? I'm not going to say it's easy because I don't think that's fair. And I'm very much about being transparent, but I promise you it will be simple. If you can follow simple instructions and you can trust yourself, because at the end of the day, it comes down to, do you trust yourself to be the type of person who is a change maker, who will take action and go against the grain, right, of what is traditionally known, the 9 to 5, as your way to make income? Because even as a stay-at-home mom, and working with other moms and other parents, there's always this like, no, I have to go get a second job. That's the only way I can make income. But they sacrifice by getting that second job by having to now put their kid in daycare or having to do things that they don't want to do, but they feel like there's no other option. And I've been there, so I'm not like, saying anything about anyone. I'm just saying I've been in that mindset where I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get a second job. If I want to, I gotta get a part-time job. I gotta do this if I gotta, want to make money. But now that doesn't have to be my mindset because I know that I can make money online. I know that there's so many possibilities and ways to create income online that do not require me getting another job, that require me just learning skills and just following up on those skills. Posting simple content, and it will bring the right people to me who will then take that next step. Okay. So that, my friends, is the basis of it. Now you may be asking again, if you go to my website on my bio, so if you're here on TikTok, sorry, that's what I'm doing here, click on this, double tap, you're going to see a website. It's Wealthy Mom CEO. Go to that. It's going to break down everything, share exactly what they are, the digital program or courses that are now full-blown classes. If you're here in YouTube land, just go to my description below. And it's going to show you exactly what it is. It's going to teach you skills. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's going to teach you skills and it's going to give you the ability to earn while you learn. So I want you to think about college. If you are going to learn this skill that's worth, what did Forbes say? 1.5, how much? Trillion. Forbes said 1.5 trillion. For those of you who picked that up. If you were to go to a traditional school, because there is a degree in digital marketing, by the way, guys, you would have to pay anywhere from 4 to 20K a year. 4 to 20K a year to learn a skill that honestly you can do it through this program. And you earn while you do it. So you're not paying a hefty tuition fee and you're not having to take out loans maybe for that fee. No, none of that. We have a payment plan that you can follow. And like I said, make your first sale within 7 to 14 days. And then you're in complete profit mode. Everything else is just money in your pocket. And it just builds from there, builds more momentum from there. That's it. Okay. So if you're questioning like what are the amount, this is how much I can make, and I'll show you why I can make it, right? I'm gonna put up here for YouTube so you guys can see. The daily passive daily blueprint 300, digital mastery 600, and like 900. Here you my lights on, sorry guys. If you can see it, the launchpad 100, passive daily blueprint, that's 300, digital mastery 600, legacy builder 900. So those are the four options that people have, and those are the four streams of income that I have from this program, because people are going to come in at different levels in terms of where they want to start in their learning journey. This is not an MLM. This is not network marketing. Let me be very clear about that. There's no recruiting. I'm not recruiting any of you. You're not on my team. I'm not making income off of you. You make 100% profit. There's no upline or downline or any of that stuff. This is a legitimate business, y'all, that has been proven and has we get if you want to be certified, you can become certified as a reseller. This is a legitimate business, guys, that's making you a lot of money. Okay? And you make 100% commission from this. So I make anywhere from what I just shared with you guys, what I showed you. I make anywhere from $900 to $100 every single day from people who see this, understand this, and are ready to start. So if you're joining me and you're like, what are you talking about, lady? I'm talking about how you can make $300 to $900 working only 2 hours a day. If you have deeper questions, go to if you're on TikTok, right here, double tap. There's a website, wealthymomceo.com. Go there, check it out. If you're in YouTube land, it's in the description. Go check it out, see what it's all about. You will get an email from me. Check your spam or your promotion. Ask me questions. I get a ton of emails. I love answering them. That's part of my workday, my 2-hour workday, as I answer questions from people who have any questions about it. Doesn't matter. Do not be shy. Don't think there's a stupid question. Trust me, when I first started, I had a ton of questions. I was asking all the time. I was doing my research. I was asking questions because it sounded too good to be true, right? It's like our minds can't comprehend it because we've been told that you have to do all of this stuff, hard work, in order to be able to make income. And hey, maybe that was the case back 20, 30 years ago. Yes, but the internet has made it so easy and so accessible for everyday people. No experience, no degree, no tech knowledge, none of this stuff, no influencer. You don't have to do any of that to make real good income helping other people. That's what I love about this business is it's helping other people. When I'm in the community and I hear people's stories, I hear about grandmothers who felt like they had to go get a job because they weren't making enough for retirement. And now this business has helped them be able to stay home, make income, and not worry about having to get another job so that they can actually live their retirement age. When I have moms who are like, oh my goodness, this has changed my life. This has allowed me to be a present mom. I'm no longer feel guilty because I can't buy things for my kids. When I have, husbands who are like, oh my goodness, like I can leave my 9 to 5, my toxic 9 to 5 job where I was undervalued, underpaid, underappreciated. Now I'm making more money from my business than I am from my job. When you have college students who are lost because they didn't want to go the traditional route of going to college and getting a job, but they started this. And now entrepreneurs, you have 21-year-olds who are making more than your grandparents, y'all, because they learned how to monetize social media. And this is available to anyone. There's no limit. We have people from as young as 16-year-old to I think our oldest is like 80 years old in this program, because there is no limit. There's no age limit. There's no race limit. There's no gender limit. People from all over the world. I told you, I have customers in New Zealand, Philippines, Canada, South Africa. I can keep going. It's a global business. There's no limitations. The limitation is the ones that you put on yourself. So if this is something you're interested in, right? Go to the website, check it out, ask your questions, come back. I'm going to do a live again tomorrow and another one the next day. Let me know. And I will. Okay, hold on, guys. I've been on too long. That's what TikTok about to kick me out. So TikTok is like, girl, I'm gonna kick you out. Anyways, if you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, it's right here. This is where you go to. Right here. This is the what I'm talking about. Sorry, the light glare is crazy on this right now. Right there. That's it. That's what. Put it in. It's gonna give you a whole training, a whole free guide. It's all free. That's my gift to you is this is completely free for you to check it out to learn more. You don't have to pay me a dime or a dollar. Nothing. Because I want you to make sure this is the right fit for you. I'm gonna put it here because there's no glare. There you go. I took off the glare. Okay, it's completely free for you to learn. It's completely free for you to check it out and see if it makes sense for you. Okay, so you would pay depending on what you want. 900, 600, 300, or 100, whatever makes sense for you. I started at the highest level, like I said before. Once this new legacy builder was launched, I've 900. I'm an all in type of girl. And I made back my money within a week and a half, I think, of with the new 900 program. Y'all, at $1,800 days, guys, not weeks, not months, days. Can you imagine making $1,800 in just one day, working only 2 to 3 hours? Yeah, that's my reality, guys. Because this program is something people are seeking, and it's teaching them how to go beyond. Guys, if you're in my TikTok or Instagram watching this, go to my stories. I'm sharing stories from people in this program beyond myself, because it's easy to be like, oh, you're special. But I'm not special, by the way. There are other people, other average, everyday people, moms, dads, retirees, college students, veterans. We have people from all over who are sharing their story. In my story, I believe I'm sharing about Mindy. She's made six figures with the program, and she's now have 11 streams of income. She's created her own business, her own digital online business, and made money from her new business because of everything she's learned in this program. This program has helped her now create 11 streams of income, build her own digital community, build her own digital courses. Guys, that's what it is. You think big, think just beyond, oh, I'm going to get this course. No, think, oh my gosh, what can I do with this? The possibilities are endless. The knowledge I gain, the skills I have is endless. I can teach these skills to other people. I can teach these skills to my kids. I can generate wealth. That's the beauty of this, guys. This is the beauty of this. So if you're having questions, like I said, if you're here watching, anywhere from 3 to 900, and then the website is just $39. And like I said, that website is yours. That website is your automated machine that's going to help you be able to create, to make sales without actually having to be on all the time. So I've made sales while I was at the park. I've made sales while I was making dinner with my kids. I've made sales while I was grocery shopping. And guys, that's the best feeling, right? I mean, if you've never, again, if you have ever experienced going to the grocery store and having to put something down because you're like, I don't know if this is in a budget. The beauty of this business is, like, I have been grocery shopping, seen income, my stripe, money come in, and be like, well, I'm gonna get that and that and that because I now know I can pay that, right? I have the income is now in my bank account to be able to buy that. It's such a good feeling. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for more people, because there's so much to go around, guys. There's no, a lot of people live in scarcity mindset, which is, oh my gosh, there's not enough, poverty mindset. Oh, this is not, like, no. The beauty of this business is it opens your mind to the fact that, like, oh, I know how to make money online at any point in time that I need to, in different ways too, not just one way. There's so many ways that you're taught how to do this. And you just use the internet, use Wi-Fi, use your phone, and just plug in, learn, and do what you're shown. And I promise you, there's no way you won't be making income. There's no way. Everyone makes income that follows the blueprint. I can say that definitively. The people who don't make income just don't follow it. It's that simple. They decide, I'm going to do my own thing. And again, we all have free will to make decisions, but there are consequences to our decisions, right? So if you want to be successful, you follow a proven blueprint. You just follow what other people are doing. Success leaves clues. Your job is to just follow those clues. There's nothing new under the earth created right now. I hope you all know that. Everything has been some remix of the same thing. Okay? That's all we're doing. We're just taking what we know works, and we are copy paste posting, and we're earning while we're learning. Okay? So that's what that is. If you have any questions, let me know. If your goal is, I'm going to go small for today. Let's say your goal is 5K in the next 30 days. Okay? With the 900, which is my highest program in terms of not just the amount you can make, but also the most one people want the most, which makes sense because, right, I attract people who have really big dreams and really big goals for themselves, and I love that because that's who I love working with, are people who are just like, I'm all in, I'm going to make this work, show me exactly how. I get excited to work with these people. I get excited to mentor these people, to show them the way, because I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to change your life. Your mind is going to be blown in the next 3 to 6 months. You're going to be like, what? Why did I not do this earlier? Okay. So if that's you, we're looking at the legacy builder. Okay. If you wanted to make 5K in the next 30 days, you only need 6 customers. Okay. to make over 5,400 in the next 30 days. Only 6 people. That's 1.45 buyers per week. Now, let me be clear because obviously a person can't be a half. There are 4 weeks in a month, right? Can we agree with that? That means you only have to have one buyer this week, two, that's one, another buyer, okay? And then what's left? You have to have either 3 buyers in this week, or you have 2, 4, one buyer, that's 6. So you need 6 people, 6 customers at the 900, which is the highest level or the highest program, and that's it. Now, 6 may seem like a lot, but I promise you it's actually not once you've gained momentum, right? Once you know what you're doing, it's really simple. You're like, okay, I know what to post, I know what to say. That's it. Just keep your job is just help more people see that your business exists. And we show you how to do that. Attract the right people to get more people in, build the know, like, and trust with people. And it's very easy to get 6 customers. Okay. It's only what, like I said, 2 people, 2 customers a day. 2 customers a week. In 7 days, you can get 2 people who can say, yes, I want this, especially if you're speaking to the right person, the people who want this, who see this, and who are go-getters, action takers. Because there's a lot of people who see this, but they'll sit back and watch, and that's it. There's a lot of people who see this, but they're like, no, it can't work for me. And they'll come up with all the excuses why it can't happen for them. And that's okay, to each their own. But you're going to speak to the people who are action takers, the people who are like, oh, okay, I see this. I understand why this and how this can work for me. I'm ready to jump in. I'm ready to take that next step. So that's what we teach you how to do, okay? We teach you how to talk to those people. That's why you can just take 6 customers a month. You've already made 5,400. That's more than most people make in a month. And you're only working 2 hours a day, guys. 2 hours a day. That's 10 hours a week. Well, yeah, if you don't work the weekends, if you decide to work, the weekends, then obviously it's more. It's what, 14, right? 7 times 2 is 14. So it's 14 a week if you decide to work the weekends. I don't really work on Saturday and Sunday. I only work Monday through Friday. Traditional, right? Sometimes I'll do a Saturday, but it's very rare, right? If you decide 10 hours a week and you can make 5,400, that's it? Like, come on now, y'all. From your home in your pajamas, guys. I'm not even wearing like real clothes. This is my chill pajama clothes. There's no makeup on. I'm chilling right now, y'all. That's the life for me. I'm a mama, okay? If this is something you're interested in, like I said, don't hesitate. Here's where you're going to go. I'm going to log off because I've been on for a hot minute, but I just want you guys to know right there. Just go there, check it out. If you have any questions, Wealthy Mom CEO, you're going to get an email once you put in your details. Any questions, feel free to respond to that email. If you need to draft a whole research page, paper full of questions, it doesn't bug me. I don't get irritated. I love it because it helps me to see where you're at and what clarity you need. Okay, write it. Let me know, and I will follow up with you and I will respond to your questions. Okay. All right. Those of you who decide to join, thank you so much. I will see you all tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow, sharing the same beauty of this, and I will see you all tomorrow. All right.